What's up, guys? I know it's kind of dark, but I'm out here at the park with my son. He likes to play Pokemon Go, and I don't know, there's some kind of important event going on right now that he had to be at the park. So the committed mother that I am decided to come out here in the dark. But I'm sitting out here, and there's this podcast that I've been wanting to do about, hey Mary, about solitude versus loneliness, right? So I don't know if you caught it last week. I did a podcast about why men and women cheat, right? And the topic came up like, oh, well, if you've been single for so long, aren't you lonely? So I think that a lot of times people confuse being single with being lonely. So for me, I think that loneliness is more of an emotion. It's a feeling, right? You feel alone. You can be in a whole room with a bunch of people and still feel alone, right? And solitude to me is a state of being. You can be in solitude. You can be by yourself. You can be content with yourself. You can take yourself on dates. You can go out to the movies. You can go out, to dinner. You can take yourself places, right? Or even just be alone in your home and not get lost in your thoughts about being alone, if that makes sense. Like, some people are always around other people because they're running away from themselves. They're not able to be alone with themselves or face their own thoughts because they don't know what's there, or they're scared of what they're gonna think or feel or come across when you're alone, right? Like, to me, solitude is when you can really be by yourself, be content with yourself and happy with what you're bringing about in your own space. Like, you create your environment, and when you're in solitude, you really have to face that. And so that's why I think it's important that we figure out what the difference is between loneliness and solitude. For me, for example, I had to find solitude. I had to really face myself. And that was really, really hard for me because I've been through so much in my life. And I had been in relationships since I was a kid. And so I didn't really know what it felt like to really be alone and to not feel alone, but peace. And now I'm finally at a point where when I'm in solitude, I'm at peace. I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with the thoughts that come out. I'm okay with being one. And sometimes there's some seasons in your life where God has to separate you from everything else. He's got to shut off all the noise around you because there's something that he needs you to see or find in order for you to move to the next level. So solitude is sometimes required, right? So that's my take. Like on solitude versus loneliness. Like I said, you can be in a room full of people and still be lonely. Lonely is a feeling. Lonely is an emotion. Being alone is something different than being lonely, right? And I think that when people really start to understand that, then they'll really appreciate the real value of solitude and what it brings. Solitude to me brings peace. Solitude is just enjoying my own company. Solitude is me being able to have conversations, real conversations, hard conversations with myself, with God, and really facing the facts of my life. And when I do that, I'm able to self-evaluate. Oh man. Self-evaluate. It is so important. And you know what? Saying that, I need you guys to tune in or watch out, because there's going to be a podcast and I got a special guest, and it's going to be about self-evaluation, because it is so important. And I think that you do it best in solitude, because you're able to really sit with yourself. That's why meditation is important. Knowing how to meditate and really get in tune with yourself and your spirituality, like really sit and get your energy right. That's what solitude brings for me. And that's like, sometimes you got to shut off all the noise. Just shut off all the noise around you and really figure out who you are, what you want out of life, what brings you peace, what makes you happy, what are your goals, what do you really think about when nobody's around? What do you really do when nobody is around? In solitude, you get to know you. So, I don't know. I just had to hop on here real quick because that's been on my heart and on my spirit for a couple weeks now. Just really thinking about the difference because, like I said, people confuse loneliness and solitude, and I love my solitude. I wouldn't trade it for the world. As a matter of fact, I'm so comfortable in my solitude now that in order for anybody to even penetrate that, you really have to bring something different. That's what solitude does for me. I have so much peace in my heart. I have so much love in my spirit. I talk to God every single day, and it's just a beautiful feeling. So I hope that if you're not already there, that you learn how to get there. It's really a feeling that I can't even put into words. It's just peace. So with that being said, you guys, like I said, make sure that you look out for the flyer I'm gonna drop, because when we pick a date, because this guy is super busy, I'm gonna drop a flyer and we're gonna talk about self-evaluation, because I do these podcasts, these little snippets about becoming beautifully you, so that you can grow and think on your own, and I hope that you take something from it. So you guys, this was solitude versus loneliness. Solitude brings peace. Loneliness is an emotion. It brings about heartache. It brings about negative thoughts and feelings, and that's just not where you want to be. So live in solitude and not loneliness. If you guys don't already follow my YouTube channel, make sure that you follow my YouTube channel, like and subscribe so that you never miss a thing. You can also subscribe to my Apple Podcasts. It's called Beautifully You. All right. So I hope that you guys have a good night. I'm going to go tend to my son because it's dark out here and we still got to walk home. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.